Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while. I've been super busy. I'm sorry, but I'm back now. But today I brought you one of my favorite. Actually, it's Cornet. It's a Haitian appetizer. It's made with flours and ground beef. You can also use chicken. But for this one, we're going to need 2 cups of flour, like all-purpose flour, and also 1 stick of butter, like really cold butter. You're gonna use your finger like so, just to combine the flour with the butter, just like that. Up next, you're going to add 2 egg yolks. Some people don't use it, it's optional, but I love adding my egg yolks in there. For some reason, it just feels and tastes different. So just 2 egg yolks. You can separate it, the whites from the yellow. Just use the yellow part. 2 of those. We need half a teaspoon of salt, and I also use cold water. My aunt actually taught me this trick. She's a baker, so I use cold water. Sorry about my mom, hands down there. So just mix it. You can add water while you mixing it. While you mixing it, just be careful. Don't make it too sticky. Just like that. Just keep adding water until you don't need any more. I didn't measure the water, so just keep adding until like you feel that it's you don't need any more water. Okay, and just your palm, just kind of like mix it all together. And if you need to add more flour, feel free to do so, but I didn't need to add any more flour. Just the 2 cup was enough. Now that the dough is complete, we're gonna wrap it in the plastic wrap, just like so. And we are going to set it aside in the fridge for 30 minutes. Nothing too crazy, nothing too fancy, just like that. Simple, easy, and quick. So now we're gonna start in the filling, which I'm using ground beef, actually a pound of ground beef, and I have some chicken bouillon, some paprika, some cayenne pepper, a little bit of allspice, and also complete seasoning. I normally put épices, like Haitian épices, but I did not have any. For some reason, I ran out because I cook every day. And I also add some fresh ground black pepper. And this liquid right here is actually lemon juice. You can use lime as well, but I use lemon juice. Just massage it like you're taking it to a spa. Just don't overdo it. Just massage until you combine all the seasoning together. And we're going to put that also aside. You can do this the day before or like a few minutes before, but I just did it like right in, the same day. So I added like a little bit of olive oil, not too much because the beef has fat in it, so it's going to release some fat. And also 1 teaspoon of tomato paste, just for a little flavor. Not too much, just a little bit. Just gonna combine it just like that. I didn't put the oil too hot because it tends to splash when you do that, and my son is around, so I didn't want him to get burned. And also we're gonna add some of the Holy Trinity, which is bell peppers. We have tricolor bell peppers. It's red, orange, yellow, and green, and also some onions. Just combine it all together. I did not season the vegetables because the meat is already seasoned. And now that you're gonna add the meat and mix it with the vegetables, just like that. It actually smells really good in the house. My mom was super happy. It's also her favorite appetizer, so she was kind of happy that I'm making it. After a while, it should look something like that. You see all the grease in the meat? That's why we didn't add too much oil, because it released some of the fat. So it looks something like this. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put it in a bowl and we're gonna set it aside just to cool off, because you can't put it in the cone while it's too hot. Okay, now that we're going to form our cone, we're back with the dough. See how soft and moist it looks? Yeah, it's gonna work it with your finger like that. You're gonna add a little bit of flour, like a pinch of flour, just so the roller does not stick to the dough. Just like that. It looks so soft. I'll be bringing a pizza recipe for you guys also, but I'm gonna do a different dough with like yeast. I'll tell you all about it. Just add a little bit of flour in the counter, and we are going to roll it with the roller. Just make sure you, while you're rolling it, you get all the sides to be even, because you don't want one side to be bigger than the other. If you understand what I'm saying. Just like that. Now that we're done, we're gonna use a pizza cutter and to cut the strings for the cone. So I did bought 12 cones from Amazon, and I will put the link down below if you guys want to purchase it. The cones, metal cones that I use. Some people use aluminum foil, but I don't know how to make that, so I kind of like just went ahead and bought the cones. So I did make 12 of those. So you can cut it like so, and we're gonna form a cone. This is what the cone looks like. In that little bowl, I do have some olive oil. You can also use butter, but I use olive oil. And I just kind of like went ahead and coat it with it, so it doesn't stick to the dough does not stick to the cone. It's gonna be really hard for you to take it out. If it's gonna break if you don't grease the cone. By the way, it's like greasing the pan when you bake in a cake. Yeah, you have to do the same thing. So just kind of work with it like that. The first one that I made, like this one, was not to my standard, so I kept on going. So each one I did, I got better at it. So just bear with me, you'll see what I'm talking about. It should look something like this. Well, not technically like this, but like the other ones. If he has any little holes, just kind of like use your fingers to stick it all together, just like I'm doing right now. Yeah, just like that. See, now that I learned from my mistakes, I started all the way from the top and roll it, and roll it. It's actually super easy. It looks tricky, but it's really not. It's like playing in the playground. It's like a kid in a candy store. It's super fun to do. You can also add dessert, like, you know, sweet stuff in it, like stuff it with like Nutella if you want, but this recipe is just the appetizer. See, this one's way better than the other ones. So now that we're done, I use 1 egg. I beat 1 egg. You can also add water in the egg if you want. Some people do, and I do not. But just beat your egg, and we're gonna coat it with the egg wash, so it gives it a nice golden shiny color, just like that. I know you guys probably wondering, why do I have that patty over there in the tray? It's because we had leftovers, so I kind of turned it into a patty. So it should look something like this. We're gonna bake it for 30 minutes at 350 degrees, and it looks something like that. Nice and crispy and golden, and let it cool. It's kind of hot. I'm just demonstrating how, you know, it looks, but it's hot. So once it's cooled down, you're gonna, well, I use glove because other people's eating it. So see how easy it was to come out? Just like that. See? Super crispy, golden, crunchy. Now it's time for the fun part, where we're going to be stuffing our cones with the ground beef that we made earlier. Just like that. You can use your fingers to kind of like gently, don't be too rough, gently push some of the meat in there, because if you do it too rough, it's gonna break in half. Just like that. Just add as much as you need. Like I said earlier in the video, you can also use chicken if you want, but I did not use chicken because I ate all the chicken. And I'm going to use some parsley to garnish it. Now it looks like a carrot. Voila, it should look something like this, nice and pretty. So for your next party, your next event, feel free to make those, and your guests are going to be super, super, super happy. Et voila. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all for all your support. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your friends. And let me know if you try it. Thank you guys. I love you all. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.